work it out. Yeah. Holla, we can talk in a minute, we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Just holla, we can talk in a minute.
Hey, Area 31, we are back at it again.
Hey.
If you do not know, my name is Darnell Adams.
It's your boy Mark Griffin, partner.
This is Area 31, where we're all about that faith, that culture.
And that truth.
We call it Area 31 because we give you 3 main topics, main areas, all in one area. That's where we get Area 31. Hey, Rock, what's up, bruh?
Good, bro. You know I'm in the building.
Yes, sir. Hey, we got a special guest with us, rocking with us today, man. Hey, what's up, bruh? How you doing?
Yo, I'm good.
Introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, it's Stevie Rizo here, man. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Straight
Yes,
like
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, well, we just gonna have some open dialogue today, man, here in Area 31, man. So, for people that do not know you, man, where you from, bruh?
Yeah. I'm originally from New Jersey, but I've been in Atlanta for some time, so
Jersey.
yeah, I'm New Jersey all the way.
How was it growing up north, bruh? How was
It was normal.
You
know?
How
He a
was
relative,
it though?
he a
Yeah.
relative.
Okay, he from up north, so y'all.
What part?
Boston.
Oh, nah, see, that's a different north.
How was that a different north?
That's a cold north. Like, New Jersey is normal. New
Okay,
Jersey
I
get
got you. I
cold
got you.
from, probably 3-4 months, 3
Okay.
max.
Uh-huh.
It's not too bad. It snows every year, just about, but it's not Boston cold.
Yeah,
I got
bring
you.
it up there.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about Jersey because y'all used to have New Jersey Nets. Y'all lost them.
Right.
The Jets, I think,
Lost.
played out there, lost
Yup.
them. So who you go for?
But
though?
look, this is the crazy thing, right?
What's up?
We don't have the Jets nor the Giants, and they both play in New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Crazy,
that's right.
right?
Yeah, that is
Wow.
that new
Crazy.
stadium. I forgot.
Yeah.
Do you,
That's
who-
so disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
what's your squad?
Since we don't have a squad, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have one. Basketball wise, I just rock with LeBron.
Okay.
Wah.
That's crazy.
He's a LeBron hater.
I'm a LeBron fan.
Who you rock with?
The C's all day, man.
He's
you know.
Celtics
I'm
from
on
being
my
from
team.
Boston.
Yeah, I don't have a player.
Oh,
team.
ouch. But yeah, in football, I rock with the Eagles just cause they closest to home.
I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
but I like the Falcons too.
Hey, since it's the hometown,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay. Hey, so people that do not know, each week we do a keyword. Last week, man, y'all check out that episode, man. We had the keyword dream for MLK Day. This
Yeah,
week, man, our keyword is powerful. Mark Griffin,
Yes, sir.
Rock, Steve, what y'all think when y'all think of the word powerful, man?
Man, you know what? When you sent me that, man, I thought of that verse. Now unto him who is able to do exceeding abundantly more than we could ask or think, according to the power that works within us. So that power comes from him. He's our source. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? So when I'm feeling weak or whatever the case may be, like he's always powerful within me, man. So that's why a lot of things happen, and we can't take the credit from it. It's beyond our control, man. So when you say that, that's what reminds me of powerful, man. It's the source inside of me. It's not me.
Exactly.
It's the source.
What about you, sir?
Exactly how he said it. That was well put, and I actually have a track called Powerful, and that's exactly where it stemmed from. Just staying connected to your source, which is God always, and He has all the power, and through Him, it's how we become who we are. So yeah, exactly how you put it, man. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
Rock,
man.
what you think, man? What you think?
Pastor off.
What you think, Rock?
Preach.
Let's do it.
Hey, for real, man.
What you think?
He's gonna say Jason Tatum or something.
What you think?
What happened to Ghost?
What you think of powerful?
Powerful, man. Like, shit, man. What they say, man. There's not much you can say.
No,
about
I
being
agree, I
powerful.
agree.
Either you got the power or you don't.
No, I got you. It's hey, all I'm gonna say, since we faith-based, man, the word Jesus is powerful, man. So simple, like they just said, man. Whatever you need, whatever you seeking, man. It's a whole bunch of people still hurting in 2021, man.
Yeah.
They brought those same issues from 2020 into 2021. So I just want to say, man, the name of Jesus is powerful. So that's simple, man.
Big
So
facts.
and we were that in the background. That was that the Empire Powerful. I don't really watch Empire, but
Okay, I see you doing
that's what that was right there.
Man,
so.
yeah, my bad, man, because I thought you was like preaching live this morning, bro. Like Rock was sitting there texting you, bro, and I'm like, I was like, Rock, he's
I
preaching.
thought the phone was going off.
No.
And I'm sitting there looking at the live like, oh, he's doing good. His phone going off and everything.
No, but yeah, that instrumental right there was powerful. So from Power. So so let's get into it, man. How'd you start in music, man? How'd you start?
You know, I'm a church kid.
Okay.
So that in itself explains a lot. So I started off in church. My grandparents was pastors. They had a big congregation. I started off like 4 or 5.
That was me.
That was you?
No, I know it wasn't. I
His
thought
pops
it
do
was
it
me.
to him every week.
It might have been my fault.
No,
But,
it's all good.
Yeah, my grandparents, you know, they called me out and was like, at 4, they were like, "You're gonna be a singer, right?" And I
Same
disliked
thing
it greatly.
his dad did to him. His dad did that to him too.
He did.
Yeah,
He ended up in chorus.
But he
Wow.
can't. He
It's
can't
cool.
sing
he
like
can't
you.
sing.
Though.
Nah. But the crazy thing is, I rebelled against it for a while. So I would have to sing every week in church. They would make me come sing, and I would cry every week for about 3 years.
Wow.
Every single week, faithfully, I would just get up there and cry. I don't want to do this. I'm not no singer. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Then it just came to fruition, just like they saw it. And look at me now.
I think that's the dope thing about church sometimes is it sets you up so many times when you're a young person to just get ready for what's to come.
A lot of people came from the church.
Hey, there you
A
go.
lot of singers
There
came
you
from
go.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. That word, like a church kid, we all have that. It's so many of us that stem from being a church kid, but we stray away. But then you always find it because that's your foundation. When you're a church kid, you got a crazy foundation.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, man. So, what do you remember some of the songs you were singing back then?
I was singing "Eyes on the
Grace.
Sparrow."
What'd you say?
Amazing Grace.
Look, what's crazy is when I got to like 12 and 13, and I started embracing, I started liking to sing. Then I started remixing songs. I would take Alicia Keys songs and I would remix them. I would start remixing songs for church. So
Was you doing it in church?
In church.
You would perform that in
I
church?
would
He was
perform it in
remixing
church.
for church.
at like 13, 12, 13.
How did the people
They
receive
would love it.
Okay.
Just because they saw like I was actually taking my time out of my week to have
put-
something ready for church.
Wow.
You know, that I connected to, then trying to bring it to them. So I feel like, they just embraced it because they saw like me trying to figure it out.
But that's beautiful though, man. To kind of piggyback off of that, that's what it's
true.
got to be about.
Yeah.
Somebody who loves what they do. I think so many times different churches force people into roles that they are it's not them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it causes people maybe to walk away. But for you, it's like you took the time out because that's what you love to do.
Exactly.
So it's like it surprised everybody else because it's like I'm bringing something to the table. I'm already prepared. But why am I prepared? It's because it's something I love to do. Some
Exactly.
people like to be a deacon. Some people love to usher.
Right.
You got to use people in their gifts. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like your thing is the music. Like you ain't got to tell me to go get prepared to do music. It's what
Right.
I love to do.
That's dope.
So I'm
Exactly.
already be prepared. You
Yeah.
feel me? Man, church, man, we gotta grab hold of that for real, man, and utilize people where they're comfortable in
Right.
their
Gifts,
position.
yeah.
Yeah, instead of trying to make them into something.
And that's so dope because the only reason I asked how they receive it because you have moments like that where a lot of churches will not receive it,
Right.
Because you took kind of, I guess you could say, secular music
Exactly.
and brought it into the church.
Exactly.
But I think that's where if you have a church like that, that's a lost church because it causes people,
Right.
the young people especially, to leave.
Right.
You know, so we talk about this all the time within this thing right here,
And they
the
gonna take
church.
They're gonna take the secular music and
Come on,
remix it.
there you.
Are they gonna go home and listen to it themselves?
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it all the way real.
Exactly.
Let's keep it all the way
Yeah,
real.
that's true. So that's
And
why
it's
the
like
church,
everybody.
Go ahead.
Oh, excuse me.
Go ahead.
But everybody in the church, if you have a problem with it, it's only because you know the song.
Hey,
If you know the song,
hey,
you're listening
know,
to it.
that's
So
true.
how- you know
that's
what I mean?
facts. That's
So-
facts. It's a cover up
Exactly.
sometimes. So yeah, the church needs to embrace the culture, man. That's what we talk about here, man. And how the church needs to embrace
That's very
the
true.
culture, man. So I think that's dope, man. So were you up there singing by yourself, or you had?
Nah, by myself.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's a blessing in itself. Like, I have a lot of my peers are trying to figure out their purpose, and I was blessed to have my grandparents point my purpose out to me at 3. that I look back, I'm forever grateful for that because I couldn't imagine where I would be just trying to figure it out. Even being a church kid, if I never did anything in the church and I just sat in the pews and then I'm 15, 16 just saying, what do I want to be? What do I want to do? I don't know. But for them to connect my purpose to me at 3 to 4, it's like I'm forever grateful for that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So, hey, if you see a kid in church, man,
use them.
for real.
You know,
There you go.
can.
There you go. So, we talking about kids. I want to, Rock, we got that clip real quick, man. I want to play this because it kind of ties into being a kid. Even though she's older, she's 22. I think this was a dope moment. Can we play a little snippet of it, man? Because I think this was so dope.
Far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true.
I think that is a powerful, dope moment. For people that do not know, that was the young lady that was at the inauguration. 22 years old, speaking in her gift, man.
Amanda Gorman.
Thank you. I think that was so dope, man. She probably had one of those moments like you, possibly. I don't know her background, but her a parent or somebody pushing her out there so she can get to the point where she was now, man. So. Yeah. I wanted to play that because our theme is powerful, and I thought that was so powerful for a black young lady to get up there and just speak, you know. So, I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a step. It's another step in the right direction as far as the world and how they view people of color. Because there were years ago you wouldn't see that happening. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially at an inauguration. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a step in the right direction, man. I don't know what's going to come. I know we got a great distance to go, but that's good to see. It's warming.
Especially for me, like as having an 8-year-old daughter, like they ain't got a lot of role models that's young that's gonna lead them down a positive path. You know what I'm saying? So just having somebody to look at like that is a good experience for our young children. Absolutely.
I heard a story of that young lady where she used to have a problem speaking.
Wow.
And she used to watch the movie the stage play Hamilton or what's the stage play? Yeah, she used to watch that to learn how to speak. So she used to watch that over and over, and she finally got her speaking down. And then look at her now; she's at the inauguration, and you couldn't even tell. Mm-hmm. So, man, I think that's dope. So the question I have for anybody that's watching, anybody that's listening, what are you doing to prepare here again for your moment? Man?
But that goes back what you were saying, though. You were prepared for church.
True.
You had already made the songs you were already prepared for because that's what you love to do.
Yeah.
Poetry has to be what this young lady loves to do.
It has to be from the heart, passion.
Exactly.
I agree.
So I'm already going to be prepared for what I love to do. Yeah. You don't have to tell me to go home and do my homework. Because 90% of the kids out here don't want to go home and do homework. They don't want to sit at a computer at home and do homework. What do you want to do? What is it that you love to do? Because that's what that kid is going to be naturally prepared for.
Right.
But at the same time, I would say some kids nowadays want it easy. They don't want to put the work in. So sometimes you got to put that work in, man.
Sure. But if it's a gift, it's not work.
You gotta sharpen your gift though.
You gotta sharpen it, but it's not work. Yeah. I saw.
You're saying it don't feel like work.
For sure.
No.
That's what you're saying.
If I go into the studio, that's not work for me. I sharpen it.
Yeah.
I sharpen my craft. I write every week.
Right.
But it's not work for me.
So you're saying it don't feel like work.
No. Steve Harvey said there was a lady. He was out to eat, and there was a lady that walked up to him, serving him the food, and said, "Hey, I'm an actress." He said, "No, you're not. You're a waitress." She was like, "No, I'm an actress." "No, you're a waitress. This is what you're doing right now. You're a waitress." He said, "Whatever it is that comes effortlessly for you, and it just comes naturally," he said, "that's your gift. That's what you do. Without effort, it just comes naturally. That is your gift." Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to work at it because it's a God-given gift. Now I can enhance it, like you were saying. Like I could. You know what I'm saying? If I don't rap for a long time, I'm gonna have to dust it off and then get back to it.
Right.
But if I stick with it, it just grows. It grows, it grows, it grows. You know what I'm saying? That's why Jay-Z can go in the booth after just hearing the track for like 10 minutes and say, cut my mic on. You feel what I'm saying? Because he been doing it for years. It's not work for that man.
I give you that.
It's more passion.
It's passion.
Right.
I'll give you that. So what do you classify yourself as? Like what genre? A lot of people say, man, I don't classify myself. I'm just an artist. What do you kind of, I guess,
I say I'm an inspirational artist.
Okay.
Yeah, because I lead with inspiration. I don't really care about anything else. I'll get on any beat. I'll pretty much do whatever, as long as it's inspirational.
Okay.
That's what means the most to me. I'll rap, sing, backflip on a beat. If it's inspiring, you know what I mean? If I'm, yeah, that's what it is. Just inspirational artist to me.
Okay. I guess where and of course you get it from Jesus, right?
Yeah.
But where do you get your inspiration from? Other than, of course, the key Jesus, but where do you get your inspiration from? Music, I guess you can say.
Musically? It came from me just realizing how powerful, once again, using the word powerful, how powerful music was. Even words, just I didn't know how the influence I had by making music. I didn't know how powerful it was. And once I actually sat back, what happened was I took like 8 months off of music some time ago. Before I went to inspiration, I was a secular artist. I stepped back from music for about 8 months, and I was just trying to figure it out. And then once I realized the effect that music has, I'm like, oh, nah, I got to switch this up. I got to inspire people. I can't see myself leading these people into things that I'm seeing. Like, I can't be a part of this. So for me, that's what.
You had a moment.
Yeah. It was really a moment.
That's
it
dope.
really was. But I cut everything. I didn't listen to the radio. I didn't listen to no music for like 8 months. And when I stepped back and listened to my music, I was like, this is what I'm saying? Nah, like I got to change
That's
this.
dope.
Yeah.
Because if you speak on it a little bit, he kind of had did you have a moment when you kind of changed?
switched?
Yes. Talk about I guess you real quick.
Rock was there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, he was there for the whole night. And that's why I love my brother, man, because he stuck with me. It's like, bro, Rock, I ain't doing this type of music no more. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
What
real.
we talking about? What we talking about now?
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going over here. He's like, yo, I'm going with you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how Rock ended up meeting Free. And I mean, it's like everybody that I was in contact with, he was in contact with, man. It didn't matter what side of, belief it was on. But anyway, like for me, it happened like 2008. And I got tired of living the life I was living. So with my lifestyle changing, my music had to change. You feel what I'm saying? Like I ain't want to make the same music. But then when I lost a lot of people, like supporters and teammates, I felt alone. So I wanted to go back. But I felt like God in that moment was like, nah, you promised me you weren't going back.
Wow.
So this is the turnaround. Like you could write for me, but I need you to write for me, like from that pain, from everything that you're experiencing, because I was by myself in my apartment at that moment. He's like, what, everything that you're experiencing, write it. That's when I got that call from Free, was like, yo, put me together a street gospel mixtape. Dude ain't know, he did not know I was transitioning.
Right.
Wow.
Bro, I was on the MARTA train going back and forth to school. You feel me? I had to enroll myself into school, and I was working. I was like, I don't want that stuff no more. That man called me and was like, put together a street gospel mixtape. If that don't work out, you can go back to doing the old music he was doing.
Wow, that's powerful.
He started to
That's
walk
crazy.
down that path himself.
He did.
That's
I couldn't get, bro, we used to basically sleep in the studio.
Right.
When at 2008, when I decided to change everything, I barely got studio time. I could do
That's
like
how it
one
be.
song every few months,
That's
bro.
how it be. Did you have a moment like that?
Well, I will
His
say
was like a studio, and that
Yeah.
causes you not to kind of, want to do it. Did you
Yeah.
have any moments like that?
for me, like my mom always pulled on me to do gospel music. I always rebelled against it. But I will say how you said like your lifestyle changed and then your music had to follow. Mine was opposite. When I was figuring out the music, I always said I can't do gospel music until my lifestyle changed. And my lifestyle ain't changed yet. So I would just pray about it and be like, God, when my life change, then I'm a sing the right music. Wow. And when it happened, my life didn't change at the time. And he spoke to me and said, the music will change your life. And
That's
it did.
dope.
So
That's dope.
I was like shook, like, man, I can't sing to Jesus. I be sinning, like, you know what I'm saying? I be living wild. And it was like, listen, do that, and it eventually happened. So the music changed me.
Do you remember the first record you did? I guess.
Yeah.
Can we go here for a second? Can I hear about maybe the first record you might have did secular, you could say, and maybe the first record you did kind of gospel, I guess.
Yeah, the first time I ever went to the studio, I was 15. I made a mommy song. It was on Mother's Day.
Okay.
I was 15. I went in the studio my first time, and it was just like, write a song. And I looked at the calendar. Well, it's Mother's Day. I wrote my mom a song.
Okay.
So yeah,
Mother song. Okay.
A mother song.
A Mother's Day song.
My first like song.
Okay.
The first time I made a gospel song was
Hey, but I don't know what that Mother's Day sounded like, but that's kind of like a inspirational gospel song too.
That's the
you
truth.
know. So, but I don't know, but
that's the truth though.
I
Honestly,
think it's dope. Like that's the first type of song that you try to create. Like,
Yeah.
being creative with your music. Like, okay, I'm gonna put thought into this. Like, cause you could have picked anything to talk about.
Yep.
That is gonna take some thought to put in just one topic. So
Yep. I chose that. That's a fact. But yeah, I just started inspirational music probably 2 years ago. So my first song I put out, like I said, it was 8-month break, and I came back and I was like, all right, here we go, let's try it. And it's called Step Aside, so y'all can check it out. It's called Step Aside. The first record I did that was inspirational.
What's that record Step Aside kind of about?
I had to step aside. So basically, it's like the record is saying I had to step aside, let God do it, let Him handle it. That's the hook. So the song is basically me not doing it my way, just giving it up. Like I said, my lifestyle wasn't changed at the time, and I felt like I was wrong because I'm not living right, and I can't do this until I'm living right. Then I said, let me stop thinking about what I want to do. Let me step aside. God told me just do the music and let the rest follow. So, all right, I'm going to step aside. And I was like, all right, well, let me make a song called Step Aside. Wow. And that was the start.
That's dope, man. That's
really dope.
That's dope. Me and you had a conversation before, kind of about ghostwriting. For somebody that might not know how to get in ghostwriting, could you kind of maybe tell how you kind of got into it, I guess?
Writing for others.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know how to. I don't really know how to get into it.
Or even some of the people you might have that you wrote for.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with a lot of artists. I was in Motown Writers Camp, so I wrote for a lot of artists. I worked with like Usher and Kiki Wyatt and Latasha Scott, and I was writing for a lot of people, but it's just because they heard songs of mine, and it was never something I pursued. It was never like I want to be a writer, because I never did. I just always wanted to back my own pen. I always wanted to write stuff for me. But people would hear the music and they would say, oh, you should try writing a song like this and like that, and I would do it, and then they would say, oh, well, let me pitch this to this artist and that artist. So it kind of just became that, but it was never something I was searching for.
How did that feel to have a big name like a Usher or Kiki kind of like, yo, this is a dope record? How did that feel any type of way at all? Or?
Yeah, it was really cool, but it hurted at the same time. It would hurt to me, to be honest, because I would feel like, man, they're going to take my record, and if it blow up,
it ain't you.
Yeah, that's it. That's my sound. And it's crazy because like when I was younger, I was blessed to like work with some of my mentors in music, and they like produced on some of Usher Confessions albums. I was really cool with Dre and Vidal. He's a producer from Philadelphia. But they used to tell me stories of songwriters that were artists first, and then they would later become songwriters. And big artists, if you write them certain songs, they can take your sound and it becomes their sound.
That's true.
So they will always tell me to be mindful of that. So if you're going to be a songwriter, be one. If you're going to be an artist, be one. Because if you're trying to be both, somebody's going to make your sound a hit, and it's not going to be your sound anymore.
That's true.
So I always kept that in the back of my mind, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really trying to do too much songwriting.
No, I feel you. Hey, because I've heard like different artists nowadays, they will like, especially rapping, they won't take like mixtapes and stuff from people because like you said, man, even if they never listened to what Mark Griffin gave me, you know, I might come out with a track and Mark Griffin gonna say I took his track, you know. So
but that's something that you have to watch out for, because you got some that will take your music.
For sure.
They will take, like you said, and then you'll hear your own sound on somebody else's record or your song.
No, that's true.
You know, or your song as an independent artist, because a lot of these people are looking for something different. They're looking for a different type of sound, different type of music, so that it could be like theirs. Like,
Right.
well, I'm creative. Look at the track I made, and then you have people come out, nah, man, they got that track from me. Like, I made that track. Like that's a lot of my instruments in that beat. You know, I did that. I pitched that.
Yep.
So yeah, you do have to be mindful of that, man. Like these, what do you call those curators or stuff like that too. Like just submitting music. Like watch where you submitting your songs to.
That's facts.
Is your stuff covered? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Do you
That's
have
key.
your music covered? That way, when you do get out here and start submitting your stuff, you know, hey, I got a backup. If you try to pull anything, you know, everything is on file. And that's what one dude told me. He was like, bro, listen, anytime you come in the studio and record a song, it's already on file. I got everything saved. Just in case something like that happened, you come back to the studio and pull it up. This is when I recorded it. You know, this is when we bounced it down, all that.
That's dope.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? Because people try to pull the wool over your eyes, man. Music industry, man, just like the entertainment business, man, it's a monster. It's a beast. They'll eat you alive if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have the right representative on your team.
So what you saying? Do some research.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
Yeah, you got to do research.
You know.
You got to.
Okay. What type of research y'all did before? Anything? Any little small little nugget you can drop? Anything?
Nah, I mean, I guess like what I was saying, like the copyright. I guess like a long time ago when I first started off, people was like, you know, do the poor man copyright, do the poor man copyright.
What's that, sending it to yourself?
Yeah, sending it to yourself.
Yeah, yo, I heard of that. I never did that though.
You never did that?
Nah.
I did it.
Well,
I did it a couple
you
times.
send it to-
You send it to yourself
In an email.
and you
Or-
don't open it.
Oh, in the mail.
The
In
actual
mail.
mail.
Okay.
In the mail. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you
You did that before?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I ain't like you know what I'm saying, as a kid,
Yeah.
I'm writing my stuff and I'm putting it in the mailbox.
Yeah, yeah.
You was on it though. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to.
You remember they used to have this list online, like they had all the record companies.
Yeah.
Yup.
numbers.
The emails they would
Yeah.
have. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a nugget you would give? You know.
It just depends where you are in your. If you're trying to be a musician, it just depends where you are in your career. But you can always do research. Me and one of my homies, TC Tones Flow, we would make music some days, and then the next days we would sit and just do research. We would hit up lawyers. We would write down emails for hours. We would just do all kind of research. I ended up starting a publishing company. We would just research for hours and anything we could find. Just Google how to become a successful artist. Just, you know what I'm saying? The internet is free game.
Hey, there you go.
If you ain't taking it, I can't tell
No
you nothing.
excuses. Right.
You know what I mean? If you ain't listening to the internet, you ain't gonna listen to me. You know what I mean? There's so much info out there.
No, that's facts though. There's actually no excuses nowadays. Like you said, man. So whatever you want to do, man, do some research, man. Take some time.
But see, that's why a lot of independent artists are successful though, because they're using the internet.
Right, exactly.
They're using the internet to do, like you said, to do research, to make their songs, to put up their videos. Nowadays, people are putting up like 1-minute clips of a video. It's not even like whole videos now.
Right.
Like, you know, some people are still doing whole video, but you got people on a TikTok and stuff like they putting their songs up, and the stuff is going viral.
Exactly.
With no label involved. You know what I'm saying? That's where we are as far as the music platform goes, man. Like, and independent artists are winning.
That's true. Are you independent? Are you signed? What's your good?
No, I have my own label. I have
Okay.
my record label is LVR Records.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm signed to myself.
What caused you to do that? Just kind of all the research you did and stuff like that?
It's because, like I said, like I was fortunate to have mentorship early on. And the mentorship I got, like, that was from me working. I did a show. They saw me performing at a show, and they pulled me to the side. They just happened to be, like, well off in the music industry. Then they started mentoring me. But I was just, it wasn't no strike of, it wasn't because I knew somebody or not. I was still grinding.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, they would just give me game and be like, they would tell me how it goes in the music industry. And I was just like, all right, well, that's not going to happen to me. And they always tell me, like, just know everybody signs that first bad deal. Everybody gets screwed in their first deal. And I'm like, nah, I won't take a deal then. If everybody gets screwed in deals, I'm just not going to take one. You know, and that information is there for me to do so. So, all right, all right, thanks. Thanks for telling me that. Cool. Now I'm not going to take a deal.
Okay. Would you ever do a joint venture deal with your record label, with a kind of big record label?
Yeah. It's always business to be done, but just signing as an artist and typically it's signing away your masters. Anything that has to do with that, it can miss me with all that, you know.
Yeah.
Because music for me is longevity.
Absolutely.
It's my purpose. So I want this is a forever thing for me. This is not like you were saying with people trying to, I feel like if you're trying to get a label, you just want the quick fix. You know, you want the right now success.
True.
Right.
And the right now success is not going to last long.
True.
I'm in this forever.
Hey.
I don't care if, if I only touch 1,000 people, I'm still going to do this for the rest of my life. So why would I take a record label deal, a bad one at that, and sell away my masters and then try to do this forever?
If you know your talent level doesn't match up to them standards, and you get that quick deal, go on take that quick deal.
Hey, but real talk though. Real talk. I can see why some of these people do take the quick deal. It's kind of like an NBA player. Like, yo, let me just do what I gotta do to get out the hood or get my family out this condition.
But maybe Stevie, you could speak to this. What's the difference between the money an NBA player gets and the money a rapper or
the rapper gets the facade of money.
Yo,
it's
absolutely.
not money.
Yeah.
It's not money.
You might
Most
times
times.
might come with you for a cheap deal, but that ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm with you.
That mug got to come back.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
That mug
The
got to
record,
come back.
yeah.
Now, if you pay me in the NBA, sometimes a lot of that money is guaranteed. It don't matter.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? That's my money.
yeah.
But as an artist, it's like, this is what we giving you, but this stuff got to come back.
Right.
This is just an investment.
How do you feel about a single deal then? Doing a deal on a single or something?
All deals are have workarounds.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I will say that. And there is some good deals. I'm not just saying like labels is 100% no for me. You could work with labels and you could find, but this is another thing. Coming from the inspirational side of things, right? I will say this, right? I'm an inspirational artist. Whoever I'm working with have to align with my vision. They have to align with my purpose. And it's hard to get a whole label that align with the inspirational side and they want to push Jesus first and then we're going to make some money. You know what I'm saying? The money is backing. I'm not in this for no money. I'm in this for purpose. And it's hard to find a label that's going to be like, all right, let's help you with your purpose. They want it. It's about a check. If I give you a check, I expect a check back. So it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? So that's really the real
So
thing.
you said you need somebody to align with kind of your purpose.
Right.
That being said, are you willing to do a track with, I'm just throwing any name out there, like a 50 Cent, a Chance the Rapper, just a secular artist?
It's so crazy because I pray on this topic.
Okay.
And I'm not, All right, I'll just say this. I'm not 100% certain, but where I am now, I wouldn't do a song with a secular artist. On one hand, I feel like I should because it's bringing the secular world to us and we're going to convert them. But on the other hand, it's like we powerful enough. I feel like, and I don't want to do a song with a secular artist and then my fans fall in love with that artist and go find their secular world. And now they converted my people like I thought I would convert their people.
That's
you know what I mean? So I'm like, we powerful enough. And I feel like inspirational music is going to be the number one genre eventually. It's going to go back to that because that's where it all stemmed from. So nah, I don't think I would. How about you? What do you guys think?
For me, like I know maybe like at least one artist that I started off with.
Yeah.
I think Rock know who I'm talking about. For me, I look at him as a brother. Okay. So that's why I would. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at him as a brother and like, if you grew up with certain people, it's like, yeah, I may not agree with everything you doing, but I wouldn't just turn away from you.
Right. I think he talked about praying. I think it depends where you are there and then.
It does.
And kind of just listening to, like, you say you praying, so you listening to the answer of God. Like, should I do this? Should I not? So I think it's kind of where you are. What you think, Rock?
I don't know, man. Can those worlds not coexist together?
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard.
Why can't it coexist?
Yeah. And I don't want to judge you and be like, no, you're not saved. Because then again, I'm wrong.
Like when you speak on converting your people and they converting over there, like, why can't those two worlds
coexist
together?
Yeah. I think they can. Somehow, some way. I think it's just you got to be careful of. I get what you're saying. You got to kind of be careful and mindful because the Bible talks about just all the time talking about not causing another person to stumble. So possibly that could cause somebody to stumble if they get a part of their music. So I get what you're saying, but I don't know. There again, I think it just depends where you are.
Of course, you're gonna go into the session with a conversation on the type of music y'all trying to make. You're going to get an understanding of each other, the message y'all want to put out in the song. So you know, if that's done beforehand, and I feel like it can exist.
I
think it depends on where everybody is.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
It's
exactly.
a situation where
It's
you
a,
are,
it's,
where
but,
they are.
But aside from even gospel or secular, I think it's the vibe. You know, as you
Yeah.
could say,
I mean,
you
Yeah,
get
the
in.
vibe you said.
You got Tasha Cobbs and Nicki Minaj on the same song.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were like, Nicki sought out. You know
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
saying? Nicki sought out
Oh, wow.
the song with Tasha. Tasha didn't seek it with Nicki. So, I mean, that's the type of thing. So, like, if they do come to you, maybe it is a change that they want to experience.
There's something
Who
they
knows?
see,
You know
you
what I'm
know?
saying? Who knows? So, it's just like you said, it's something
It's
that you
so
definitely,
hard.
right, it's something that you definitely got to consider and pray about.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, you don't want to cause anybody to mess up. Like anybody who's following you, your audience, you don't want to cause any kind of, negative situation to happen. But if somebody like that, an artist like that, seeks you out, then what do?
It would have to be 100% genuinely seeking me out. It's not like you seeking me out because you want to tap into a market that you haven't tapped into. Because nah,
Yeah.
That's facts.
It has
That
to be
happens.
like you
That's
know what I mean.
facts.
Yeah.
And it can't be like, oh, my label. I got a record deal, and then my label be like, oh, we got this artist we want to put. Nah, it would have to be 100% like you coming to me like, and then I would be with it because who am I to deny you to
Right.
to
Like
speak
when
to
Snoop
speak
did
to Jesus.
His gospel.
Right.
I think that was a dope. That was a dope album though, because what Snoop did, he was able to reach people that me or you might not even be able to reach. So he gave the people something. I think that's here at Area 31. I think that's what we're all about, man. Is trying to bridge the gap between the culture and the church.
So what about Kanye?
Oh,
But now, and the reason why I say that is because he caught a lot of backlash because of what he did before the stuff he put out recently.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like people, well, first of all, I don't know. People are just not really forgiving like that. Whatever
Yeah,
the case
for
may
sure,
be. You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? It's like, well, no, he used to do this. He used to do that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So when he tried to transition or do something different, whatever, I don't know, the agenda
The
behind
agenda, yeah.
it, the heart behind it, I
Right.
can't
We
speak
don't
to that.
know.
Can't.
You feel me?
Yeah.
only he knows.
But everybody got an opinion, though.
Only he knows.
You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. Everybody got an opinion, though. So even if that man was really genuinely trying to cross over, it's like you hinder him. You feel what I'm saying? Especially like a babe in Christ or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You hinder him because it's like, well, I'm really trying to cross over, but because of what I've done,
I
you feel
can't. They're
me?
not accepting me.
okay.
Yeah.
So, but your skeleton's just not on a platform that mine are.
Right.
Exactly.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't see yours like you can see mine. I'm Kanye.
That's true.
You feel me? Like everything is.
And not even on a music tip. I look at that as family members that I have that are not perfect.
Right.
That be doing God knows whatever. But I love it because they be like, yo, Darnell, I've seen your podcast, I've seen you preach, I've seen you pray, and there's something that you do that encourages me. So I definitely don't want to be a hindrance, so to everything.
Man, you can't judge these people. That's a hard one, man. I battle with that now because, like you said, I still got homies and friends that's not what I'm on, but I love them to death, and I'll never push them away.
Right.
I gotta pull them closer if anything, but yeah, man, it's hard. I still gotta pray on it, and I try to research on it. I try to research the Bible because like at a point I be trying to take my opinion out of stuff and just
That's key.
what the words say.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Just what the words say, cut and dry. I know I might not like it, but I'm gonna just rock with that.
Right.
You know?
That's key.
Right.
That's key. And I think sometimes don't try to be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes we can be too hard on ourselves, for real.
I be, oh yeah.
So
get it right.
don't be too hard on yourself,
that.
So hey, can we talk about a high moment you had in your career? Like a dope high moment that you might have had in your career.
I'll say I'm not really sure.
What about this project?
Yeah, there you go.
I was trying to
know.
think back. I was trying to think like in my
Okay.
past. Oh, but now
He said it's still going up.
listen, all right. But right now, I'll say this: I dropped a GOAT. My last album I put out was called GOAT. Actually, I got on the hoodie
go
now
ahead.
for it. Yeah, it's like I got.
Where can people you
merch
sell
is-
those?
Not yet. The merch
Okay.
is coming probably like another month or two. So just stay locked in. You're gonna see this merch. But it was just
that Lakers yellow, have some Celtics green.
you feel me? Whoa. I don't know about all that. But
It's all the green you get, right?
I know.
that's it, right? I was gonna. But yeah, I had a flash of a vision. It was crazy. I was praying to God, trying to find a direction for my next project, and this logo just popped in my head. It was so random, right? So I like grabbed a piece of paper and a pen. I hurried up and drew it down. And I was just like, all right, God over all things. It all just came into fruition out of a random spark of a thought, and yeah. So how it is this O has a line through it to represent God is over, with the line over all things. Wow. So yeah, and then I got this project together, and it's been up ever since.
Oh,
that's what's up. Yeah, yeah.
So since we're talking about the project, I guess you got the single "Powerful," right?
Yes.
Talk about that single, man.
So this next single, I'm super excited for it. Actually, it's just it's a great track, man. It's just a feel good record. It was just something I wanted to do to like. It's a song I was just talking to Jesus on. I'm just like talking to him about like telling him how powerful he is, and me being thankful to be able to even converse with him. It's dropping actually this Friday on the 29th. I don't know when this episode is coming out, but yeah, it'll be out on the 29th, man. So just make sure y'all check that out. I'll use the word, it's a powerful record. It's actually one of the records I play for myself and just like vibe out to, you know. And I don't really do that a lot to my music, because every time, I'm sure Marcus know, as being an artist, every time you listen to your own music, you critiquing. Oh yeah. But this song is one of them songs where I play it myself and I just really catch the feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's because how I made it. I made it from that feeling, so I feel it every time I play it, and I hope y'all feel it too.
Hey, one thing I think is dope is your vibe when you kind of perform and all that. Even, you know, when I saw you I told you about this when you was doing praise and worship, and just your energy and your vibe up there was just so dope. So, man, that's one thing I definitely respect about you, man.
I appreciate that.
That was just your energy and just all that you brought, man. So that was definitely dope, man. So
I appreciate it.
You know, yeah, Mark.
So what's next? Like, what do you got like planned going forward after you know releasing GOAT and your single?
It's gonna be a good year. I got some music videos. I got the merch coming in another month or two, and this year is for my goal for this year, man. I just want to like get closer to the people. I just want to touch the community, the inspirational community, because I feel like a lot of times it's a disconnect between cool and Christian. I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't be cool in themselves and do everything they like and be Christian. So that's my whole thing personally. I want to bridge that gap. Like, you can be cool, you can be fly, you can, what you like. You like jewelry, you like clothes, be fly.
Right.
And be Christian. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal for this year. But I just want to showcase that more. I want to talk to the fans and the community, more the inspirational people, and just, you know, let them know that I'm a kingdom ambassador. I'm here to rep, and we're gonna make it a fun year.
Hey, do you think gospel music is not even gospel, but kind of rap and I guess R&B tip gospel? Yeah. You can, I don't know. Do you think it's kind of perceived as lame?
Yeah.
Why?
Used to. I feel like now it's hard. I don't know why it was perceived as lame. I feel like that's just the whoever controlling the music and the masses. I feel like that's an agenda that has been pushed for the youth to disconnect from it. And I also feel like that's why for the longest time the gospel music was always like an older fan base, because they know it's power in the youth, so they would try to disconnect the youth from it. But so yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. And I feel like the younger it get, the more powerful it's gonna be. And I feel like now it's getting younger and younger, and it's getting like rap and R&B, and that's yeah.
But see, the older generation gotta embrace it though.
That's true. They don't. They don't have to.
You feel like they don't. Well, I mean,
they're going to, but they don't have to.
They don't have to. But who's running the churches?
It don't matter.
What
Church
you mean?
can be virtual. Most people watch their pastors on Instagram.
Okay, so
and YouTube,
and that pastor is how old normally? You got your Mike Todds out here.
Right.
You got these young
here
preachers
and there.
out here.
Here and there.
But for the most part, you got older
people running the church
who are afraid to pass that torch, which is why I feel like Christian rap, gospel rap, whatever you want to call it, is not really heavy in the church, because a lot of churches don't really accept it like that.
I agree.
That's a fact.
And if they accept it, it's Youth Sunday.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand
know.
that. But that's why we here.
Oh,
For real. All y'all, we all doing our part in it.
And that's the key. We all got a little small part we can do to kind of push the culture forward.
Agreed.
Right.
You know, so
Agreed.
you know, and I will say, I asked you about if it's lame. I think one of the things too, you get some artists like me. I will say this in a heartbeat. I can't sing, I can't rap, and I know that's my lane. I know I ain't doing it. But you get some people that do not know and will not listen and know they can't sing and rap and they try to do it anyway because they're doing it for God. So that's
But
one
hey,
reason
you can't
people
knock
kind
it. You gotta let you know.
You
What I'm
know.
saying? It's hard. You gotta let them do their thing.
So I don't.
Cause look, say they find 3 people that like it, and it's the same thing as the secular music. Some people are just not good at it, but they still gonna do it.
Man, what if they ask you, Stevie, what you gonna
You
tell
doing a
them?
record with him?
Would I do a record with them?
Yes.
Honestly, I'll pray on it. I'm dead serious. I've done it.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Because
I'll pray on
he
it.
used to listen.
Hey,
He used to
hey,
check me about this
hey,
years ago.
hey,
Yeah.
He used to check me about this years ago. He'd be like, bro, listen, stop telling everybody that's okay. Like, you know, so if they asked you,
Yeah.
like, yo, Stevie, what you think about my music?
Oh, what do I think?
Yeah.
I'll try to help them make it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way of looking at
I'll
it.
be like, look, you need to do this. Not take this out. Put this
Hey,
here.
I'm just gonna
You feel
say.
me?
I appreciate
So,
you.
so
I
this
appreciate
this
you.
man been on the gospel tip for a while.
Yeah.
We were doing street gospel and stuff like that.
Okay.
We would go to shows.
Much love, bro. I appreciate you.
We would go to shows and we would see like a supposedly gospel artist up there trying to do gospel music, and I'm like, what is you doing?
It would not be good.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people force it, but like no, like
look.
if that ain't your like Rockin' and Mark, they dope. Like if that ain't my gift, I'm not up there.
I understand, but look, think of it like this. I feel you guys 100. I'm being honest. Like I'm not trying to be all like, oh, I'm so biblical. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, but I also, on one hand, I'll be like, ooh, that don't sound right. But on another hand, I'll be like, well, in the Bible, they say it's like, it's beauty in all things that God created. Them singing that lame whack song probably sound like music to God ears. How am I being like, nah, that ain't it?
But
You know what I'm saying?
hey,
no,
for real,
Steve.
no,
Steve.
seriously,
Oh,
bro.
but do they need to perform it or can they just kind of do it on their own?
Listen, they gotta do their thing. You gotta let them rock. You gotta let them rock, man.
I'm gonna let you rock, but when
Hey,
you get off the
you-
stage,
let me ask you.
Have a conversation.
Let me ask you. You gonna let somebody rock like that on the Gold album?
Not on my album. whoa.
Okay then.
He said this for their project.
Yeah, for their project. But for real, man, that's hard. That's a hard one.
Hey, listen.
I'm sorry.
I be thinking that. I do think that honestly, and then I'll be like, nah. Once again, I'll be like, I gotta step aside. If they singing the praises, who am I to knock them?
Right.
It might not be from my ears, but
Hey,
somebody might like it.
I just think it's a time and place, man. So
Hey, listen.
sometimes, man, I don't know, man.
Hey, listen, man.
Nah, for sure.
Listen,
And it's
if you-
hard.
if you-
It's hard. I'll say being an inspirational artist is hard, bruh. It's
Ah.
not easy. It's not easy staying in that message.
Nah, you right.
And I'm right. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. I had to practice that. It ain't easy. So that's another reason why our music was like lacking for some time. That's not easy staying in a pocket of secular artists talk about any and everything. We pushing one message. It gets really hard. You know what I mean?
But the
Go ahead.
difference is you're gifted.
True.
Everybody who gets up there and tries to do what you do is not a gift.
True.
Nah,
it's
that's a
because
fact, too.
it's because
True.
I like what he's doing.
I'ma
Let
try
me do
it.
it. Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a
It's-
fact.
It's,
That's
it's
a
a
fact.
trend. Like,
And I love Jesus, so I can do it.
Right, so let me do it now, bro. God gave you that gift.
I hear that.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I
And
feel
that's
like,
what people try to do. They try to walk in. Man, I know Mark Griffin and can rap. I can't rap. That's why sometimes we'll vibe out on the show and they rap. Man, that ain't my lane.
That's how come
I hear that.
people could feel the spirit of God. Like if you sing, versus somebody who just like, hey, give me the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean, come on, like
I get it's all for God.
But it's the same thing as preachers. It's the
Hey.
same thing. Like you hear
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
preaching and be like so disconnected.
True.
And be
True.
like, nah. I
True.
don't- you know what I'm saying?
That's
But what
true.
if they feel like it's they calling? Gotta let them rock.
True. I mean, you had 12 different tribes for a reason. The
Yeah, for
Levites were the ones who sung to God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Judah was leading the way, but Judah wasn't over here trying to be like doing what the Levites was doing. Same thing for Benjamin, same thing for Simeon, all of them. So it's like you got to play your part. And I feel
For
like
sure.
people don't necessarily do that. Like, yo, let me do what Stevie doing, man. He did a real good job. I think I'm finna cut me a record.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we don't have nobody to tell them because we try to.
So what do you tell them?
I tell them, nah, bro, that ain't it.
Oh man, you are crushing dreams, bro.
But listen, no. I ain't trying to be mean, but bro, like when you've been doing it for a long time, bro, and then like, man, like
Hey,
he used to tell me.
I used to have to tell him.
Cause like people used to be like, yo, listen to this. I'd be like, all right, and he'd be like, bro, come on, man. But I feel like now I might be doing you a disservice if I tell you, hey man, that's what's up. And you go out here and get booed, or people feel like, oh, your junk is trash, and then you come back to me and be like, dang, bro,
let me tell you, a lot of people try to approach this dude because he's a dope gospel artist.
Yeah.
So they come in and like, yo, hop on this track.
Yeah.
Nah, it ain't.
So if the track is bad, you're not doing it. You just be like, nah.
Nah, that ain't it. You can send me something else. Like,
I respect that. I respect that.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
What else you got?
I'll never forget. Me and him, we were at this church we used to go to. Dude pulled. He's like, "Yo, Darnell Mark, come here. I want you to hear this beat." We went in the room. He played that beat.
The beat was everywhere, bro.
Oh,
the beat
man.
was all over the place. I'm like, I couldn't catch that.
And he wanted Mark to jump on it, and I was like,
I'm in there like this. All right, bro. All right.
Oh,
We got outside
man.
the room, and he was looking at me. He was like, bro.
"Nah, this ain't it.
He was like, bro,
This
you
ain't
gotta
it.
stop doing this, man.
This ain't."
Nah, it's
So
good.
it ain't for everybody, you know.
Nah, that's a fact. You gotta be honest. There's nothing wrong with that.
And you being honest, I mean, you ain't hurting nobody's feelings.
Exactly.
You know,
You gonna make them better.
It ain't personal. You
Yeah,
know,
for
it's still
sure.
love God. You're giving truth. You
Right.
know.
Right.
So I don't know, man. You know.
That's hilarious though, but I respect it. And you probably make him better. He'll probably be like, all right, well, I gotta step it up.
I do feel like that's where a lot of respect will be.
Yeah.
For Christian artists. Like if we want them to respect us, like we can't produce trash. I like that's just how I look at it. Like from a musical side of it, from a business side of it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like if we look to have, first of all, we need to have people in these positions to be able to play our records.
For sure.
Or, you know, but then at the same time, it's like, of course, you know, even our people, like we talked about earlier, are listening to their music.
Right.
Whether they want to admit it or not, they out here listening to their music. Okay, so how do we get our music to sound as far as production goes, as far as mixing and mastering go? We got to step it up. We can't just be like, oh, just because he's saying the name Jesus, that bad boy gonna fly.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I got a question.
For sure, I heard that.
Talk about the song Best Part. Like, what angle was you coming from when you wrote that?
It was just flowing.
Just flowing?
To be honest.
Like when I listen to the song, it sounds like, you know, a song for the ladies or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know what the message you really saying in it.
Right.
And I feel like that goes along with what y'all saying of how can y'all make y'all music coincide with one.
Yeah.
And disguising it by the topics
Right.
to make it relatable in multiple situations. That's
Right.
a good thing to do.
I can say this though, for me, it's just because I started writing young. I started writing at like 12, 13.
Right.
So I never had to force it. I never had to like force my pen to like fit into what the time sounded like. It was just like you said, it was kind of natural. It kind of just came out. So even now I can say it is a blessing. Like I don't gotta sit and be like, what's the direction? How can I make this sound like the other side? I've been on the other side so long, it's just what it is.
Right.
All I'm doing is changing the message. So whatever sound come out, it's kind of just normal to me. You know, like people tell me that like, oh, this sound like an R&B type, like a ladies track. And I just be like, oh, word. Like I didn't really aim for that. It's just,
The vibe it came out.
yeah, because I was secular for so long, I guess, you know what I'm saying? That it's just natural.
I think that's the dope thing about a dope gospel artist. They don't get stuck in that, I guess, preaching mentality on the record.
Yeah.
I was walking through the hood and I saved somebody. Like,
Right,
nah,
exactly.
man, like,
Exactly.
get on
Thank
that
you for not being a rapper.
But you know what I mean? But just get on the record. I mean,
Yeah.
just talk about everyday life. Talk
Yeah.
about whatever, man. It don't got to be your typical gospel, you know?
Yeah,
So.
and that was another thing when I first started making the inspirational music.
But hey, why you laughing though? We
It's a
know
fact.
we know some gospel artists that gonna do that. So
Yeah, that's a fact because like when I first started doing that side of the music, inspirational, I was sitting thinking like, all right, so where do I put Jesus in? How do I fit? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, nah, let me just not do that because that's forcing it. And if you just go in there and be natural and just write a song and not be like, I gotta say Jesus 6 times and I gotta mention God and some songs I might not even say Jesus. Some songs Jesus might be the hook. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really aiming for anything. I'm just letting it be.
That's right.
That's true.
That's how it's gotta be.
That's facts.
I feel like.
That's facts. Anything else, Rocker or Mark Griffin?
No, I feel like you really touched it on the head. Like it just flows for you, but for people who don't necessarily have that calling on their life, it don't flow. I'm just saying I'm stuck there because I'm like, man, we keep giving passes to these people, bro. We keep giving passes to them, but it's like, you got it, bro.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so if that is the case, bro, okay, open up a class and teach them.
I don't know what to teach flow.
Exactly.
I don't know. I can say this: just don't try so hard. Don't force your hand on. Look, this is another thing I had to do too. Pray before you record. That's the most one. And another thing to help you, read like 2 chapters. I would read like 2 chapters, pray, chill, then go record.
Hey, real quick, what if I'm not there yet? What if I ain't at that level?
You gotta get like me. Just do the music. If you're curious and you want to be inspirational and you ain't there, let the music guide you. Okay. Just do it and see what it feel like, and through time it'll work. Okay. Your words is power. So honestly, like I was just making good records and my life wasn't there, and then I would be listening to my records like, yeah, I gotta chill. Like I'm right. I gotta live what I'm saying, and then it just caught up. You know, so even if you're not there, if God got that, if God's calling you, man, don't ignore him because you're not there. He calling you right now. He not calling you later. Okay. So just do it.
Okay. Any closing comments? Of course, you got the merch popping off. Yeah. What can people expect one more time in 2021?
Well, if they just stay connected with me, just hit up my website at StevieRizo.com. But if for anything, I just want to take this time to say thank y'all, man. Area 31 out here, really, y'all helping the culture. You know what I'm saying? Y'all filling spaces that we're not in. Well, we are in, but we need to be in more. We need to be in heavier. So as an artist, I want to just do whatever I can to help y'all push y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm honored to be a part of what y'all doing. And Marcus, man, I want to tell you, bro, you need to be preaching, bro. What's up with you? I know you rap. I know you got bars, but come on, man.
Hey,
you need to be preaching.
Hey, he been up there a whole lot. Yeah. In 2020, he been up there a whole lot. So
yeah, man. Thank y'all for doing y'all thing. Thank y'all for real. Thank y'all for doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, like we saying, you can make all the music you want, but if we don't got them platforms to push us, then it's pointless.
Very true.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, before we get out of here, we got like two more minutes. One thing that we do before we wrap it up, we always leave people with a quick inspiration. So normally it might be Mark, might be me, might be Rock. So can you be that dude? Just give somebody a quick moment of inspiration. Whatever's on your heart, man. You know, whatever.
I don't even know. I don't even know. Man, it's just. How do you do?
Whatever's on your heart, man. We talk about just talk about your powerful. Talk about what it is to be powerful.
Look, I just want to say this, man. I got a song that's coming out soon, and I say like, I had to reset and reconnect. I had to talk to you alone, like, and I look at it like this, like Jesus is like the Wi-Fi. When your Wi-Fi messed up, you got to reset and reconnect. You got to step back and like just be personable. I be talking to Jesus like he my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to say to the people that's listening is like, take your time out. Put pause on everything that you're doing right now. Just really try to figure out your connection, because that's what's most important. People can judge you for what you're doing. They cannot like what you're doing. None of that matters. If you stay connected to your source, you're gonna feel how powerful he is, and that power gonna go to you. So that's the most important thing I can tell the people, man, is just stay connected, you know?
For sure.
No, we appreciate that. Anything else, Rock?
Nah, man, that's
Southside champ, Mark Griffin?
Man, this is a very, very dope interview, man. Thank you for coming through, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I
We appreciate you pulling up on us.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, so, hey, we appreciate it. From Rock to Mark Griffin to that boy Steve. Hey, until next time.